What's Golden Universe? You already know what it is. It's another episode of TBD Podcast. You know what it is. It's your host, Reggie.
Your boy Gilly, Jamal.
All that, aka good stuff. Yeah, what you listen to right there? Yeah, shout out to my man, the Chapter Raleigh artist, giving me a beat for our intro. So big ups to him, the Chapter. Be on the lookout for his music coming soon. We're gonna do some big things with him. But today is just strictly basketball. Don't care about anything else. Really,
That's what's up.
I will say this though. Shout out to my San Francisco Giants. We have the best record in MLB right now. Last time we had this, we were 28 and 16, I think it is. I don't know, but we won the World Series. So I'm just throwing that out. Shout out to my Giants. We beat the Reds today, 19-4. Just to give that another shout out to. Yeah, feeling good. Anywho, why are you mad? Don't be mad because look.
Yeah, I'm not mad. I mean, it's baseball.
Yeah, it's baseball, but hey, at least my team know how to play. Your White Sox manager, get mad at a guy because he want to hit the ball, hit a home run on a 3-0 pitch because they put a position player. You play to win the game at the end of the day.
First of all, that has nothing to do with the White Sox. That has something to do with baseball as a whole. Second of all, that's why I don't watch baseball. It's no fun.
It gets fun when
too many unwritten rules. Like
that is true. That is true. I will agree to that. There is too many unwritten rules. So let's get into this. So, did you check the playing games?
Well, yeah.
The first day of the playing games, I think the other day it was Charlotte. You had Charlotte and
Indiana,
Washington and
Boston,
and then you had Warriors and Lakers, and you had Memphis and
Spurs.
We'll start with the Hornets because they're the home team. Got drugged.
They did. Yeah, they look like they didn't want to be there. PJ looked like he just showed up like, oh, we got a game today, and okay.
Yeah. They. I mean, God, I caught the game towards the end. Well, not towards the end. I think it was mid second quarter, and I'm like, dang, they already down 20-something points. Like, and then it just, there's runs. There's runs in basketball. So I was like, okay, they'll catch a run here, and it just got uglier and uglier. I will say this though, if Gordon Hayward wouldn't have got hurt, and if LaMelo Ball wouldn't have got hurt, I think they would have been sitting in the 4 or 5 seed. I don't think they would have been in the play-in.
Okay.
I would say that they did have a great season. They did have a good season for who they are because I didn't expect them to even be that good. LaMelo Ball is everything that he has been talked about. I think he's better than Lonzo.
True.
But yeah, it was just ugly, very ugly.
Yeah. I think McBuckets, Doug McDermott, I think he just hates playing, or he loves playing against Charlotte, or he hates somebody in Charlotte organization because he goes off every time he plays against Charlotte. So
yeah,
from that first quarter on, I was like, oh,
yeah, they were hitting.
He's going off.
Yeah, they were hitting everything too. It seemed like everything was dropping. So they're playing. They play. No, they're in. So they're playing. They are playing. Who are they playing? Philly? Yeah, they're playing Philly.
Wait, no.
Right?
They play. No. They play Washington. They play Washington.
They play Washington. That's right. They play Washington to see who plays Philly.
Who gets that 8 seed?
Yeah, because Jason Tatum is a star. He's on the cusp. He's on the cusp of being a superstar. He's a star in the league. My man dropped 50. He did his thing. I will say that Russell Westbrook didn't seem like Russell Westbrook for some reason. I'll give Bradley Beal a pass because he had a hammy. Bradley, I know what you're gonna say. Look. We'll get into that. Bradley Beal had a hammy issue, but he still was doing his 21 points a game. I will say, yeah, he just didn't look right. He just didn't look. I don't know. Russell, not even. He just didn't look intense. Even if they would have lost, it would have been fine. But he just didn't look like the Russell Westbrook that we come to know or see with his aggression and being aggressive to the
Well,
whole.
he
And
well to me he looked like the playoff Westbrook.
Russell,
That's what he looked like. He looked like the playoff Russell Westbrook, who give you numbers, give you stats, but they don't amount to win. That's what exactly he looked like. And I wasn't surprised that Boston or that Tatum put up 50 and that Kemba put up almost 30 points.
yeah,
Washington defense sucks.
yeah.
And
Well,
Westbrook, although he's good, although he puts you numbers,
yeah,
when you take it to him on another point guard takes it to him, it's like he doesn't play defense. Like he just backs off, where I don't know what it is. What
right.
is to have a rebuttal for what they're doing? And Kemba Walker took it to him, and I guess nobody wanted to guard Jason Tatum. No, they didn't want to do anything with Tatum.
Yeah, they did it.
Let him score. So
Um,
that's why I think Brad Stevens,
I was about to mention
although Boston won,
uh-huh.
I still think he needs multiple wins this season, or he'll be out in Boston.
Yeah,
So
I can see that. I think also I will give credit to Brad Stevens because he didn't have Kemba guarding Westbrook. He had Tatum on Westbrook, which is a longer
yeah,
player. And of course, everybody knows. Look, if you don't know, Russell Westbrook doesn't have a jump shot. Point blank. Period. The man doesn't have a jump shot. He's never had a jump shot. You would think I think he's in his eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th. I don't know what year he's in, but you would think he would have developed some type of a jump shot, but it didn't happen.
no, he's putting up triple doubles. He doesn't need a jump shot,
True.
but it doesn't really matter that I would rather have lost that game and they have to beat Indiana or Charlotte versus they didn't play Philly because I think those teams could beat Philly. Then versus going up against Nets full power like Boston has to do.
Yeah.
Because they're going to get beat. Although I know Tatum is up for it. I
Right.
know
Right.
Kemba's probably going to be up for it.
Yeah, but
But they're going to get beat by the
yeah,
Nets.
yeah, that fire. There's too much firepower over there. Way too much firepower. It doesn't make no sense. Then you have the Grizzlies and Spurs. Grizzlies and Spurs look good. It was a good game. John Morant still needed to work on that jump shot a little bit. Brooks looked good. I mean, Memphis did what Memphis do, grind you out, won the game. I wasn't too hyped for that game. I had a feeling that the Spurs were going to lose that game, even though they made it competitive. I think this is the first time in a long time. I mean, the first time in like 20-something years, 20+ seasons that they've missed the playoffs consecutive years.
Yeah. Well,
Something
last year was the first year they missed it in a while.
Yeah. This is the first time it's been consecutive, which is crazy. And then of course,
wait, hold on. I got a question for you though about this.
Yes.
First of all, do you think Valanciunas is the most underrated center in the game?
Yes. He doesn't get the pub. My man averages damn near 20 points or 20 boards a game. That's why I had him in the fantasy. That's why I had him in fantasy. I knew. Shout out to you too for taking the inaugural fantasy basketball this year.
Hey,
you did your thing. Shout out. Congrats to that. Yeah.
Boy knows that. That's all I can say.
True.
I just follow the numbers.
True. But yeah, no, I agree. I really do think he's an underrated center that nobody talks about. And I think it's because he's in Memphis, which is a small market team. But yeah, because he had what 20 and 20.
Yeah, something like that.
Like that. Yeah, that boy bad. I like his game. I like his game a lot. And of course, the game of the night or the game of the play-in. No one really cares anymore, not really. But even though we got 2 more games left of the play-in, the Warriors and Lakers. I don't like LeBron. I'm just gonna say this right now. I don't look. Yes, he is. Yes, he is this generation's that player, the greatest player of this generation. Yes, I would give it to him. Like, yes, but he whines entirely too much for me. Like literally, like the foul on that Draymond did on him. My man didn't touch him nowhere near the face. He barely touched him in the eye, and then my man rolled on the ground like he got hit with a bat or something. Like, oh my god! And then he's over in the what is it? Over at the on the bench talking about I I can't see. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. And then he always does he always pushes off with his off arm every time he goes to the basket. Every time, every time. But yet he gets upset when someone does it to him. You're doing the same thing, LeBron. I don't know. He's very passive aggressive, and maybe that's why he irks me so much. Is he's very passive aggressive. Um,
When we talked about this earlier today, it's the same concept of what we talked about earlier. How when some people do stuff, they expect it, but when they do it, it's like, okay, whatever. So LeBron's
right.
that same type of person. But LeBron's the king, though. And when you're the king, you get certain benefits.
Yeah.
And he does well at playing into the hype.
Yes,
so
yes, he does. Yes.
Everybody, look what he did this. Everybody was talking about Steph Curry could be MVP. What did he come out and say?
Steph Curry
MVP.
should be MVP. Yeah.
He knows the history of Draymond and him. He knows he can do little stuff. It comes to a whole big ordeal. So he plays into that.
Right.
And it worked for him. I mean, he just does. He's very the thing I like and dislike is the two things about LeBron. He plays mental warfare a whole lot on the court with the refs and everybody like that. And everybody's a pawn in his game. Everybody is a movable piece in his game.
Uh-huh.
And it works for his benefit. And I don't know why the league allows him to do the stuff that he does.
Right.
I know he's the best player. He's probably bringing in, well, I don't know. Him and Steph probably bringing the same market-wise, still bringing the same thing, but it just allowed him to do these things. And hey, it worked out in their benefit the other night. It was still just 3-point game though, so
yeah,
it wasn't that bad.
I think the Warriors gave that game away in the second half.
Well, they're still young though, so
that's still no excuse. That's still no excuse for me. Still no excuse. Too many turnovers. Too many turnovers in the second half. And they've been playing great ball, whether they're young or not. They've been playing great ball the last 5 years. The Warriors finally figured out each other with Klay Thompson being out. Wiggins had a good game. I'll give him that. And Wiggins was playing good defense. He was, you know what I mean? I mean, he was doing what he was supposed to do on LeBron.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody can stop him, but he was playing good defense. Draymond was playing great defense on AD. Steph was Steph as usual. I just think turnovers cost them a lot in overtime, or not in overtime, but in the second half. And I think when it came down to crunch time, they started looking for Steph too much instead of going through the flow and letting Steph get it within the flow of the game like he was doing earlier in the game. But
Shaq uses this term "the others" a whole lot, and he said that in order to win, your others have to play well. He's talking about players like Robert Horry, Fish, man down in D. Scott down in Orlando. Yeah. How when the star is going through it and the star is in the midst of it, you just can't push it all on the star. Like you have to do your part, and that's what the Warriors do. When it gets crunch time, it's like, okay, Steph, shoot a dribble, shoot a ridiculous three, and get us back into it. Instead of them trying to be prepared for a shot.
Right. But then again, it's also Steph doing it too, though. Because Steph was dribbling like crazy when a couple of people were wide open. Yeah, they might have missed, but you don't know. You still got to put your trust in them at the end of that type of game. Because Jordan Poole had a good game. They all had a good game. It's just when it came towards the fourth quarter, when it came to crunch time, it was Steph felt like, okay, all right. Draymond, it's me and you. Let's go. I think that I don't care what anybody says too. LeBron James 3-pointer was a lucky shot. Don't care what anybody. That was a lucky shot. The man cannot shoot. That he just shot it, and it just so happened to go in. And that's BS on I couldn't see. There was 3 rims, so I shot at the middle one. Bro, you could see. Stop trying to.
That plays into his height. That plays into his game. It makes him seem ridiculous.
If anybody knows, if anybody paid attention at the end of the game when Steph and LeBron, dapped up and everything, and LeBron pointed to his eye, Steph looked at him like, bro, like really, like stop, just stop. You did not. You did not. You could see. I couldn't see what eyes I had. I saw 3 passes that I just shot to the middle.
It's called building your own narrative.
I get it.
He built the story up. Because the Lakers really, in my opinion, the Lakers didn't really play all that well.
Oh, they played like garbage. Well. They played horrible.
But nobody's really talking about that. Everybody's talking about how great LeBron was and how he could see. He just built up a narrative that
the Lakers played horrible. Like I say, the Warriors gave that game away. Personally, the Warriors gave that game away. If Klay Thompson was healthy, if Klay Thompson was playing, it would have been a blowout. It wouldn't have been close. I will go and say this: everybody better go ahead and get their licks in on the Warriors now, because when Klay gets back, they're going to be in the Western Conference Finals. They're going to be in the top 2 seeds, guaranteed. And and I'll say the only reason why I'll say that Steph is back. Clay's been out for 2 years, so he has a huge chip on his shoulder. Draymond's there. I like Jordan Poole from Michigan. He's a nice addition to them. And then they get Minnesota's pick this year. Where did Minnesota fall at? They're gonna get another top 5 pick again, so they can package that up and go get a superstar if they want, or they can keep it. I'm just saying the Warriors are gonna be back next year, and I think they're gonna be to the Western Conference Finals because I don't see no team.
I wouldn't say the Western Conference Finals, but I will say they do well. My only weakness, and I know he's the heart and soul of the team, and I know he does that. But Draymond's shooting,
but that's the thing.
Is dangerous for this team. Like
no, but that's the thing though. And I agree. If Draymond can't do what he did last night or the other night, Draymond can't go. He cannot score for 38 minutes. Now, when Klay comes back, you don't have to worry about that with Dre because you have that additional second scorer that can get you 25, 40 points easily. And then with the addition of Jordan Poole, if they keep Andrew Wiggins, I like this Andrew Wiggins. I really do like this Andrew Wiggins in Golden State because he doesn't have to feel like the pressure's on him for being the number 1 pick now. He can just go in there and just play. Now he's being a 2-way player. So the addition of him with Klay and Steph, and then Draymond continue to do what he does, facilitate, be the defensive anchor, I really don't see anybody. I don't see the only team I would say that would give them a threat next year if they're healthy is the Lakers. I wouldn't worry about nobody really. Who would you really worry about next year? Mind you,
next year, the Lakers are gonna be dangerous because they do that. LeBron,
yeah, if they're healthy.
The Clippers are dangerous. They're a dangerous team.
We'll talk about
Kawhi. That. The reason why we'll talk about it later, but Kawhi is dangerous when he's playing and he's not on this rest management thing.
Fact.
And although I hate to say it, Paul George, he does play well about 85% of the time he plays.
Right.
He plays well. So you do have that. I still think Denver Joker could give them problems, and Murray will be back, can give them problems. Because like we're talking about Westbrook, Steph's defense really isn't all that good either. So if he gets a point guard who has better handles or just as quick as he is, he struggles with that as well. So you got that matchup there. So anybody with a good guard and a dominant center.
Well, they're never gonna put they're never gonna do that with Steph.
Right.
They're always gonna hide Steph on defense. They're always gonna put. Steph
which is why Klay has to play. Yeah. He has to get off. He has to come back ready to play next year.
Which I think he should.
Because they're gonna need him on the defense more than they're gonna need him on offense.
That. So you got Indiana and Washington. Yeah, Indiana
Yeah.
and Washington. I really don't care, to be honest with you, because whoever wins this game is losing to Philly. I'm sorry, they're just losing to Philly. I don't see them. I don't see either team beating Philly. Boston's gonna get killed by the Nets. Uh, the Lakers playing the Suns, though the Lakers are favorite. For some reason, I just got this feeling that the Suns are gonna beat the Lakers. And maybe it's because LeBron missed a whole bunch of games, so he's still not in game shape. Um, AD's the same way. I don't trust Schroeder. I think that's one thing that the Lakers is missing this year is playoff Rondo. Yes,
Yeah.
Schroeder is a good player, regular season player, but he's just another guy during the playoffs. Um, so, and I think it'll go 7 games, but I think Phoenix is gonna give it. I think Phoenix is gonna win it in 7 for some reason. I don't know why.
DeAndre Ayton about to give it to AD. I'm just sorry. He's about to give it to him, and then that they cancel each other out because you got LeBron's championship EA, his knowledge of the NBA. You can counter that with Chris Paul's knowledge.
Fact.
You can counter that with Chris Paul. So that's 2. You got that, and then like you said, then you have D Book. Who's guarding him?
Right.
On the Lakers. Who's guarding him?
Yeah.
So they had that third guy in the Lakers. I mean, in the Suns, they had that third guy who they can go to for scoring, rebounding, and all that. The Lakers just really just have LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
And they both are. Well, AD's injury prone, and LeBron is coming off an injury, so we really don't know what his true status is.
Yeah.
I got the Suns in 5.
Ooh. Okay, yeah. We're gonna get into
home court advantage.
Yeah.
They have everything playing on their side to win this.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the playoff, our first round predictions because we're just skipping all the play.
Yeah.
But, okay. Warriors and Grizz. I still got the Warriors. I got the Warriors beating the Grizzlies.
Yeah, Grizzlies. The Warriors are the better team. So
the Warriors are the better team, so they should beat the Grizzlies. Even though the last regular season game was a close game, the Grizzlies probably could have won that game if Brooks didn't get fouled out. But
that's his thing, though. He fouls a whole lot. He fouls a whole lot. He's a good player, but he fouls a whole lot.
Yeah, so I agree. So we got in the East, we got Philly. We got Philly playing Indiana. We can agree that Indiana's gonna beat Washington.
Yeah.
We got Philly, Indiana, Nets, Celtics. Who's the 3-6?
I think Milwaukee
Heat. Ooh, yeah. Like I said, Milwaukee and the Heat, and then you got Knicks and Hawks. That's the East. The West, you got Utah and Golden State. We're gonna go ahead and say Golden State's gonna win that play-in.
Yeah.
Utah and Golden State, Phoenix and Lakers, Mavs and Clippers, and then Nuggets and Blazers. Right? Yeah. So that's the East and the West. We're gonna make our predictions when we come back. Y'all hang tight, and we'll be right back.
A few moments later.
What's going on, universe? We back at it.
Back.
All right, so we're gonna dive into our playoff predictions for the first round. And last time I messed that up. I'm sorry for the West. I had the teams right, but the Nuggets is the 3 seed.
Oh, the Nuggets. Okay.
And then Blazers are a 6 seed, and then the Clippers are the 4, Mavs are the 5. So that's how that shakes out. So we're gonna do the East. I think we can agree. We can agree. Sixers will advance to the second round. We can agree that the Nets will advance to the second round. So that leaves.
We're only going to disagree on one thing. I can tell you right now.
So that leaves us with the 4-5, which is the Knicks versus the Hawks, and then 3-6 Milwaukee Heat. I'll say the 3-6 for last because that's the rematch of last year. So we'll go 4-5. I'm gonna say this: if the Knicks wouldn't have gotten home court advantage, the Knicks would have lost. But because the Knicks got home court advantage, I got the Knicks beating the Hawks. In 7 because I think each team's gonna win at home, and I think the Knicks are just gonna. They just play tougher than everybody in the NBA. That's the only reason why I'm gonna put the Knicks ahead of the Hawks. Even though I like Trae Young with Clint Capella, I don't know. I just like Julius Randle. Like I said in a previous podcast, when you get put in the right situation, everything flows, and it just looks like he's happy. He has the coach that he wants. Derrick Rose, I don't care if it's not Derrick Rose of Chicago, but Derrick Rose, I like this Derrick Rose a lot. Maybe it's because he's been in the league long enough. His IQ is elevated even more. He's still quick. He still gets his shot off. I still think he's explosive, even though he's not as explosive as he used to be. But I love this New York Knicks, Derrick Rose. So I got to go with the Knicks in 7 against the Hawks.
Let me see here. Who do we have? I'm going to go with the Hawks. Okay. I'm going to go with the Hawks in 5. Only reason why I'm going to go
total disrespect for the New York Knicks.
Only reason why I'm going to go the Hawks in 5 is because I think the Knicks are satisfied with going to the playoffs. Okay, and that's it. I think their whole goal this year, from organizational standpoint, was to make it to the playoffs, and I think they're satisfied, mentally satisfied with just that, and their fans will be satisfied with them just going to the playoffs.
Well, yeah, I mean, if they're to lose, yeah, if they're to lose, yeah, I mean, they had a great season because you did.
They had a great season.
No one thought the Knicks would be a 4 seed at the
beginning of the season. Yeah. Also, although I don't like Thibodeau in the playoffs. I don't like him in the playoffs. Because the Knicks, I don't like him in the playoffs. Reason being is because, yeah, defense you got to play defensive strategies and everything like that. But eventually, you got to put the ball in the hole. And I don't think he strategizes late in the game. I think their game's going to be close. I don't think he strategizes well late in game situations where they need a bucket. Okay. So I think it'll be too predictable. And I think the lights are going to be too big for Barrett in the playoffs. I think it's going to be too big for him. Randall may do well, but he's going to struggle against Capella. And like I said, so you got that third guy, Gallinari, however his name, for the Hawks. He's going to be that third guy, that third option for them. I don't know who the Knicks' third option will be when the first two are not there.
Right. I would have picked the Hawks if they would have had home court. But this is the first time the Hawks has made it to the playoffs too, and I don't know when. So they're fresh. They're just as fresh as the Knicks.
That's true.
I do like Trae Young. I will say that point guard wise, the edge is to the Hawks. Trae Young. The Knicks play defense. I haven't watched too much of the Hawks defense, but I just know with the Knicks, it's gonna be a battle. The Knicks, especially Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau team. Especially you, being an avid Bulls fan. Thibodeau teams play D. They're gonna play harder than the other team. They're gonna, and like they say, it's not defense isn't about knowing how to play defense. It's just put effort. Just show effort, and they put effort on the defensive end. So I go.
We got to score though. That's what got them fired at Chicago. We can beat number one ranked defense all we want to, but we can't beat a number one ranked defense and then last in the league in offense. So you can't. There's no balance. That balance isn't always there at times, especially in the playoffs for us. It wasn't there for us. or late in the season wasn't there for us. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
Where you have to realize, okay, yeah, I want to be a defensive-minded coach. Yeah, I want that to be our moniker or our marquee. But I need to surround myself with some offensive-minded coaches, staff, somebody on the team that can strategize for us late down the situation. So that's my only thing about. That's my only thing about the Knicks.
Right. Okay. So you got the Hawks in 5. I got the Knicks in 7. 3-6.
This is
3-6. Bucks, Heat. I got the Heat. I'm sorry. I got the Heat. No disrespect to my man Michi, who's probably the only person I know that is a huge Bucks fan. Because he's from Milwaukee. He is from Milwaukee.
okay. I'm about to say he better be from Milwaukee.
No. He's from Milwaukee. He is from Milwaukee. But I'm sorry, Meech. I'm sorry, my guy. I just don't until Giannis shows me he can change. He can until he shows me he knows how to dissect. Because all they do when he gets to the playoffs is, all right, Giannis, we know you can't shoot, so we're just gonna sit back in the paint and let you shoot threes. If you shoot threes and beat us, congratulations, you deserve it. But they got this guy by the name of Jimmy Butler that played for the Miami Heat. You know, that one guy that played for Minnesota that went in there with sweatsuits on and basically said, F everybody in here. I will beat all y'all by myself, and went to do it. And they said, peace, I'm out. That guy plays for the Heat. So I think he is Miami's culture. He fits down in Miami. And Miami's been playing good. I think they finally clicking. I don't think the Bucks have a answer for Bam. Uh, I think Dragic is a good pickup for them. Um, and like I said, I think the overall defense for the Heat is better. I think it will go 7. I do think it will go 7, maybe 6. I think it will go 7 just for and I'm giving the Bucks benefit of the doubt for the simple fact they've been to the conference finals. Or no. I tell you that back. They've advanced in the playoffs, so they know what playoff basketball is. It's not like they've never advanced. So that's why I'll give them benefit of the doubt of getting to a 7-game, maybe 6. I don't think it'll be a quick series, but I think it goes 6 or 7 games with the Heat winning it.
This is a sweep. This is a sweep for the Heat.
Ooh.
This is a sweep.
Sweet.
This is a sweep. I said it from the beginning. This is a sweep, and you hit everything on the head. I disagree with you with one thing. The culture of Miami is Udonis Haslem.
Oh yeah. Oh. Can we talk about him real quick? Yo, shout out to the shout out to the OG. Shout out to the OG.
The man played 2 minutes of basketball the whole season and got ejected.
Got ejected within 2 minutes of the game. You do not want to see the OG Udonis Haslem anytime. I don't know what Dwight Howard was thinking. But Udonis was ready for it. Same thing with Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza was ready for it. They got some toughness over there in Miami. That's Pat Riley's type of people, though. But go ahead, continue. But
yeah, so with that, but I think it seemed like we were talking about earlier about the others. The others from Milwaukee have to do Middleton, Lopez, Holiday. They all have to do better in the playoffs. And like I was talking about Thibodeau, the coaching strategy, that's going to have to change.
Yeah.
Because you can't have Giannis at the top of the key giving him the ball, and if he sees a lane, take it. If he doesn't, he shoots a 3. That seems to be Milwaukee's go-to. That cannot be the go-to in the playoffs anymore. And something has to change for Milwaukee strategy. It can't be spread the floor yet Giannis, who isn't all that much of a dribbler or ball handler, for one. He just has size over everybody he's playing against. He can't shoot. Well, he can't. Let me take it back. He's not a consistent enough shooter to be a threat.
Right.
So it's just like take it to the hole and hope we get there.
Yeah.
So that's why I think Miami will win that.
I will say this is Drew Holiday better step up because this is why they went out and signed him. They signed him for this reason right here. Because I still believe they shouldn't have let Matthew Brogdon go. Not Matthew. Brogdon.
I mean, Brogdon go play
Yeah,
for Indiana.
For Indiana, they should have let him go. So Drew Holiday, this is your time to shine. And let's see if them signing you was the right.
Well, isn't this a contract year for Giannis, or is it next year? It's a contract year for him.
I think it's next year, but supposedly he's staying.
Well, see, here's the thing though: if they don't make it out the first round, if they don't make it to the finals this year, Eastern Conference Finals this year, it's a letdown for that team. And I think he's walking.
And the Warriors are gonna figure out how to get Giannis.
Okay, you heard it here first.
That's all I'm saying. Look, they got go back to the Warriors. They got Minnesota's pick this year. It's gonna be the top 5 draft pick. They could take that, package it with James Wiseman, Andrew Wiggins, send it to Milwaukee. For not saying it will happen, but they could take Andrew Wiggins, that first round pick, James Wiseman, who is a young prospect, package that and send them to Milwaukee for Giannis. Not saying that Milwaukee will do it because
but they can take Draymond too. Shoot.
No, you can't do that.
Yeah, they can take Draymond too.
No.
Take him too. His contract's not worth it. Take him too.
But you still don't get rid of the heart. That's just like the 90 that's just like the 91 Pistons getting rid of Dennis Rodman because he didn't score. No, but he does everything else that nobody else is going to do. You can't get rid of a utility player like Draymond.
Here's the
I'm
thing.
sorry.
Here's the thing, and I don't want you ever to bring them up in the same category ever again in your life.
I'm just saying.
Everybody knew Dennis. Everybody knew Dennis couldn't shoot. Everybody knows Dennis didn't want to shoot. Draymond wants to shoot the ball. That's the problem. He wants to shoot.
I don't think he wants to shoot.
He wants to be a part of the Splash Brothers so bad.
No, I think with Draymond doesn't want to shoot. The thing with Dennis didn't want to shoot. You know, Dennis didn't want to shoot. Dennis did not want to. Dennis could be wide open and he was not taking the shot. Draymond, on the other hand, it's not that he doesn't want to shoot. If he's open, okay, I'll take the shot. But 9 out of 10 times he's not going to want to. Draymond's not afraid to take a shot. That's the thing. Dennis Rodman just wouldn't take the shot, period. And if Dennis Rodman would take a shot and it goes in, he'd do this number like, well, hey, I guess it went in. Oh, well, and go down the court. Dennis Rodman didn't even want to shoot free throws half the time.
Dennis Rodman is probably he's probably my top 5 players, not for what he did, just for his personality-wise with the basketball court. He was just like, you know what? I have one job to do, and I'm get these rebounds.
And I'm going to do it.
And I'm going to do that one job. He's the key of going, okay, this is my one job. I don't need all this other stuff.
Yeah, no. Let me go ahead and get 25 rebounds a night for you. That's 25 seconds. That's 25 second chance points. That's damn near 50 points, not including threes a night that you have.
Don't ever mention Dennis Rodman and Draymond in the same category.
But I'm just saying, Dennis Rodman didn't want to shoot. Draymond will shoot, even though he doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Draymond will take an open jump shot. He'll take an open jump shot. Dennis Rodman wouldn't have took an open jump shot. He would sit there and just hold it and just wait, and then pass it off. At least
because he knew that's what he wasn't supposed to do. He knew his He knew his role.
Agree.
But
you got Heat sweeping.
I got Heat sweeping.
I got the Heat. What did I say? 7, 6 or 7, 6 or 7. I got the Heat winning. Point blank period. So that way. So then, for our prediction was we both said the Sixers.
Yeah.
I got the Knicks. You got the Hawks. We both got the Heat, just in different amount of games it's going to take for the Heat to win, and then we both got the Nets beat the Celtics.
Yeah.
Going over to the West, you got where we're just going to plug them in. Like we said, you got Warriors in 8. We're gonna have the Warriors as an 8 seed. But we'll play devil's advocate. Nah, we won't. The Warriors are gonna win that game. Point blank period. You got the Warriors and Jazz. You got the Clippers and Mavs, Nuggets and Blazers, and Suns and Lakers. Jazz, Jazz and Warriors. I think the series is going to be closer than what people think. I got the Jazz winning in 6, though. I will give the Jazz in 6. But I do think it's going to be closer because I just don't know how Donovan is. I don't know how Donovan is going to be. He hasn't played in I don't know how long with his ankle. I don't know how Michael Conley's going to be, but I still got the Jazz advancing. Uh, the Warriors just don't got too much firepower. When you're only dependent on Steph, I just got the Jazz advancing. I got the Jazz going to the second round. Agree, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I got the Jazz going in 4 close games. Four really
close games.
Four really close games. And I really had to say this, but I think the defense will be the Warriors' hindrance, downfall in this game. So, and Rudy Gobert, I think he's just going to be too dominant. I can never say that word right. Dominant for Draymond or any of the
bigs.
Bigs. Well, the Warriors were going to have bigs. So.
Right. I'm just giving Steph 2 games. That's all. I'm giving Steph 2 games. I got to give him 2 games. 2 games for him to go off. Clippers and Mavs. I hate to say it. I got the Clippers. I think this is gonna go 7. I think this might go 6 or 7. But I got the Clippers advancing. The Clippers better advance since they want to sit out the last 2 games to avoid the Lakers. They better advance. So I got the Clippers. I got the Clippers beating the Mavs. The only thing is I don't know what I'm going to get from Porzingis with the Mavs. That's the thing. I don't know. I know what I'm going to get from Luka. I know what I'm getting from Luka. Mavs defense is low-key suspect at times too. And then the Clippers got. I think what's different with the Clippers this year, not because of Paul George or Kawhi, they have Rondo. They have playoff Rondo, and I think he's going to be the difference maker in that series.
Okay, first of all, you keep giving playoff Rondo a whole lot of credit
because playoff Rondo is that guy.
Okay, playoff Rondo is kind of like playoff P.
Whoa! No! Don't ever disrespect Rajon Rondo. Don't ever disrespect Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo got a ring. Rajon Rondo got 2 rings. Rajon Rondo knows how to orchestrate. Paul George just wants to shoot and don't know.
Okay, whoa! Let's take the Ray Allen approach to Rondo real quick. Rondo has 2 rings with 3 Hall of Famers.
I'll give you that. But Rondo still is the maestro and controls. Look how the Lakers are playing now. Look how the Lakers play without Rondo. Rondo knows the thing with Rondo. Rondo is a point guard. He knows how to get people in the right position. Yeah, he might not.
I give him that.
He might not be the guy that gets the points or whatever, but he knows how to. Hey, he's another head coach on the floor. Not a lot of teams have that. He knows how to play that chess match. That's why LeBron wanted him so bad in LA, and he didn't want him to leave because Rondo has that same mindset of an IQ of, all right, hey, they're about to do a backdoor, make sure you ready, switch here, Remember, he played with Kevin Garnett. That was a anchor on the defense that chattered a lot. He played with Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, even though Ray Allen was still a little hoe for what he did, leaving and not telling him. Like, I get it, but
I thought that was your guy.
Nah, Ray Allen's never been my guy. He was my guy on Ray Allen was my guy on
Don't say it.
On he got game. Jesus Shuttlesworth.
Don't say it.
Guy.
Don't say it. That's the worst acting I ever seen in my life.
God.
That's the worst acting I've ever seen in my life.
Look, I don't care about the acting part.
That was worse than a Tyler Perry stage play. That was horrible.
Denzel carried the movie anyway. That's the only reason why people went to go see it, because it was a Denzel movie with Spike Lee. That's the only reason why. Everything else was just a bonus. And them Jordans came
horrible.
out. And the Jordans came out in that movie.
Okay. But get back to the topic.
Right.
Get back to the
topic. But I just feel like that is going to be I think that's going to be the difference maker. I think the Clippers finally have somebody that can get on Kawhi and Paul George. As in, he's not afraid to get in their faces or to say, "Hey, you need to do this or do that." And I think that's what they need. I think that's what they need. So that's why I got the Clippers.
That's true. That is true. I have it's hard for me to pick the Clippers because of what they did, how they strategized their way into their seeding. It's hard for me to pick them. It's hard for me to pick them because they got Paul George on their team, and I really don't like Paul George.
Yeah, we know that.
But with all that being said, I still have to pick them. They are the better team. Kawhi will actually play. You know, he's been doing this rest management throughout the whole season. It just wasn't. Can I have my slide, please? People say get married. People say get married and stuff like that. Next thing you know, people leaving the house with your hoodie on, your slides on, whatever. But
I love it.
Nah, but it just amazes me about one of my clothes to get worn that I don't even get to wear. But that's something. But yeah, I was just picking the Western though. With all being said, I have to pick the Clippers. They are the better team, from top to bottom. They're the better team, so I'll pick the Clippers to win this one.
Wait, how many games you got?
Clippers got 5, maybe 6. Like you said, I don't know. Porzingis, I don't know what he's doing. No, he was hurt. He was on and off and got hurt with his knee. He missed the last. Well, he played the last 2, but he missed like the 4 previous games for this. So I don't know what's going on with him.
Right.
Haven't really seen Luka on this level of playoff basketball yet. So we'll see. But yeah, and that third option, so Clippers.
Yeah.
Speaking of Clippers at 5.
All right, Denver and Portland.
Portland.
Yeah.
No need to talk about it. Portland.
I like Joker, and we'll discuss when we get into the next segment about playoff NBA awards and stuff. But if Jamal Murray didn't get injured, this might be the best first round
best series,
on the West. If he didn't get, but because he got injured, I like Michael Porter Jr. You know what you're gonna get out of the Joker. The Joker's gonna get you a triple double or close to a triple double easily.
Right.
But I cannot go against my man from the Bay Area, Dame Dollar, Dame Time, CJ McCollum. They got Nurkic back. I even like that the I think he's the second year player, Anthony Simmons. I like the second year player, Anthony Simmons. And Carmelo, I'm sorry to say, Carmelo has refound himself. Rather, he's coming off the bench. Carmelo's still going to get you buckets. He knows how to score. He's been in playoff situations. So,
well, they also got Powell. They got Rocco.
Yeah,
they have a team.
They have a team.
They have a good team.
I got the Blazers. I got the Blazers in 6. And the only reason why I say I got the Blazers in 6 is because you're going to Denver. The altitude in Denver, I think I'm just going to give them 2 games just for the simple fact that the altitude is going to mess with them, mess with Portland a little bit. So I'll give him 2 games, but I just don't go against it. I just don't go against Damian Lillard like that. I'm sorry. And he was on
Well,
whatchamacallit's on J. Cole's off season. All I told you, just give us an opportunity. I told you why we came here for it. We just wanted a chance. We just wanted a chance. Dame Dollar's that guy. And don't disrespect J. Cole, by the way. The album's fire.
Well, that's not why I'm shaking my head.
Oh, okay.
I'm shaking my head at these supposedly freestyles that he did that didn't go with the beat at all. But I'm just.
Oh, we don't care about the freestyle. Don't care about freestyles.
No, I'm just saying.
We know he don't freestyle like that. He just did that because he had to promote his album, and his album was fire. That's all that mattered to me.
Yeah, he did. He spit something that he remembered from a while ago. But
yeah. That's no here nor there. We knew that.
It ain't like he was rapping like, okay, he rapping, but like, wait, he rapping in his normal cadence, doesn't go with the beat at all. But hey, it's okay. Yeah. Anyway, back to the game. People be giving me too much credit for doing stuff. By the way. Anyway, Dame Dollar. I agree with you. The game is gonna go. This year is gonna go 6. I have a different reason though. I really don't like the way Portland plays at times during playoffs. Agreed. I think Dame, especially, I think he did it the other night too, where it just moments where he just takes bad shots. Like he'll just dribble the ball up and shoot a 3. We get it. You can make it. You can make it and it looks good when you do.
But you're not Steph Curry.
But even if then, I hate when Steph does that too. Like, why are you shooting so early in the possession? And then if he does it, if Nurkic is not on court, and you have is it Cantor off the bench?
Cantor, yeah.
Cantor, you have Cantor off the bench, you can get your rebound. But come on,
I forgot about Cantor down low.
But you can't just. I think he just takes a lot of bad shots at times. Right. And I know you mentioned Carmelo. I love Carmelo. I had him for a while on my fantasy team before they started doing this. Well, I guess he was injured, quote unquote injured. But sometimes when he gets in the game, he does the same thing too. He still wants to post up and hit a mid-range shot. So that becomes too predictable in the playoffs. So they kind of wishy-washy as far as strategy-wise in the game, but they're still a better team. Right. Still have them going to 6. So
don't ever you might hate when Steph do it, but Steph shoots 43% from the 3-point line.
Oh.
And that is the greatest shooter God ever created, hands down. I don't care what anybody says.
It's not only that it's 2 different things though. Dame will have perfect form and do it. Steph just throwing it up.
It looks, but you know what though?
It looks awkward.
Right. But you know what? I was talking to somebody about that too. They said the same thing. I can't remember who it was, but they were saying the same thing too. Steph practices this stuff. Now I will say this. I will say Steph messed up the game. Steph ruined the NBA. For the simple fact, all these kids now, as soon as they get on the court, they want to pull it from half court. No. Steph practices stuff. Steph puts in the time and the work. It's not like he comes onto the court and just starts shooting threes. Steph starts from the inside and works his way out, and then he shoots almost 500 to 600 threes a night. He ruined the game. Steph Curry ruined the NBA. Point blank period. It's not in a bad way. He's just ruined the game because now everybody wants to shoot. Everybody. I don't care if it's 6'11" or what. Yeah. Everybody wants to shoot like Steph from 3, which is a great thing because now he's showing people you don't have to be the LeBron James or
Joel Embiid,
the Joel Embiid, the tall players or be super athletic. If you got a jumper, you're good.
But Steph does other things to just shoot threes, though.
That's what
he was talking.
Thank you.
He was talking about the thing where he wears goggles for his vision, and where it talks about the vision where he can see all these different stuff. He does hand-eye coordination with 10 balls, and he practices dribbling.
Yeah,
where he can dribble with both hands, launch angles, and that's why he's able to shoot the way he shoots because he's realized launch angles on your shot makes it go differently. So he's done a whole lot of aesthetic on and off the basketball. So,
he has mastered his craft, and he's very underrated at driving to the hole too. I don't know why nobody wants to give that man props for getting to the hole.
And Steph can dunk. He just doesn't dunk. I don't know why he doesn't dunk.
Yeah.
He
No.
dunk.
He does it. He does it out of the blue, like Kyrie does, out of the blue. Kyrie can dunk too, but he does it when he just to get the crowd hyped every time from time to time.
So,
All right, I'm guessing this is just my prediction or my bold statement. I would say the Suns and Lakers is probably the most hyped uh, series in the first round with the Suns, Lakers.
yeah.
This is the first time that Chris Paul and LeBron has met in the playoffs. Uh, I got the Suns. I know the Lakers are favorite. The Lakers are favorite, which they should be. They are the defending champ. Um, I just don't know how in shape LeBron and AD. Well, AD should be in shape by now. I don't know how in shape
Could be.
LeBron is. After watching them play the Warriors, they look horrible.
Yep.
If the
Well,
War, if,
horrible.
no, they look
Look
like
bad.
they look horrible in the first. I'm going to say it. They looked horrible in the first half, and they shouldn't have won the game. Period. Like we said earlier, they shouldn't have won the game. I really think that the Warriors gave that game away with too many turnovers in the second half. Um, if the Lakers had home court advantage, I would give it to the Lakers. But because Phoenix have home court advantage, I like Chris Paul. I feel like Chris Paul thinks this is his year to get to the at least to the back to the Western Conference Finals. Devin Booker is a monster. I like Ayton. Uh, I like what Monty Williams has done with that team. I think this series is gonna go 7. I do think it's gonna go 7 because LeBron is still on the other end at the end of the day.
Yeah.
LeBron is still on the other end, and so is AD. I just don't think that they're as I think because they are the 7th seed. I just don't think they. How can I say? I don't want to say they're not playing for anything. I think it's good. I think they think it's going to be a cakewalk, Loki. I think it's gonna. I think they can just turn the switch on, and okay, we're the Lakers of last year. We're just going to run through them. I just got this feeling that Chris Paul isn't going to let. I just got this feeling that Chris Paul isn't going to let them lose. I just have that feeling. He's a dog. Uh, I still dislike Chris Paul from the incident he had with Julius Hodge back in NC State days, when Chris Paul purposely hit him in the jewels. I don't care what anybody says. Yes, he purposely did it. If you want to Google it on YouTube and see it, he looked at the man and then hit him in the jewels. So I still feel some type of way about that. But I just don't think Chris Paul is going to let them lose, and I don't see who can guard Devin Booker. Are you going to put LeBron on him and have LeBron waste energy on Devin Booker? So I got the tight
That's
series,
Kuzma.
but I got the Suns in 7.
Where am I? Let me see. No, earlier I was all on the Suns. I had picked the Suns to win this one, but I was just saying, think about what he's talking, and I forgot Andre Drummond. I know earlier with the previous podcast we talked. Where is he? This would be a good opportunity for him to show up in the playoffs because he would make a difference.
Well, he looked like a bum. He looked like a bum against the Warriors in the play-in.
What I was saying, he would make. That's what I'm saying. Now will be a good time for him to make the show up. If he shows up and be the Drummond that he was in Detroit,
yeah,
the Lakers will be a dangerous team. The Lakers are going to be dangerous in the playoffs. They're already dangerous because they had LeBron,
right?
But that's going to be a problem to handle. They kind of have the Spurs Twin Towers aspect to them with playing two big men that they do at the same time. With all that being said, though, I can't count on if Drummond plays. And I'm still going to pick the Suns to win this one. Like you said, probably a 7. LeBron will be enough to carry that team. But D Book is going to be a problem, and I don't think Kuzma.
Bum.
Yeah, I don't know any other guard on that team or small player that you want to throw at him can guard him. Yeah. Caruso, maybe Caruso, I guess would probably be.
Caruso's too short. Too short.
But I don't know anybody else.
Yeah.
Schroeder, but then that leaves Chris Paul, and Chris Paul still has the deadly jump shot.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I agree with you on that 110%. All right. So recap with the West. We both got the Jazz. We both got the Clippers. I think we were all agreed the whole West Coast. The whole West in the first round, right? Yeah. So we both have Jazz. We both got the Clippers, the Blazers, and the Suns. All right, when we get back, we're gonna run through the NBA awards, or at least our predictions of the NBA awards, real quick, and then we're gonna get into this. Look, we're gonna get into this Kwame Brown. I got a lot to say about this Kwame Brown situation, which is not gonna be all that, but I'm just saying we're gonna.
Hey, better watch it.
Gonna get into Kwame Brown. Kwame, I can talk it. I ain't nobody to Kwame Brown, so he ain't gonna come after me. But we'll be right back, right?
All right.
Later that same evening.
What's going University back at it? We're about to jump into this NBA awards real quick. I'm trying to think of all the awards. Shoot, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. I think the only one I believe might have a little bit of not controversy, but debate is MVP. We already got. Did we already get Coach of the Year? Didn't Monty Williams get Coach of the Year? No. He didn't get the NBA Coach of the Year. He got some award. I can't remember. But NBA Coach of the Year. Who do you have for NBA Coach of the Year? I will say there's really only two to really go at it: Monty Williams and Tom Thibodeau. I mean, who else would you? I don't know anybody else.
Okay.
Who else would you say though? I mean, you could say the Nate McMillan for the Hawks because he came in the last 25 games or so of the season and got them to the 5 seed. But if I had to choose, I would probably go with it'd be a toss up. I couldn't be mad if Monty Williams got it or Tom Thibodeau because one, you didn't think the Suns were going to be. I think people thought the Suns were going to be good just because the way they finished the season last year. But I don't think anybody had the Knicks making the playoffs. I really don't think anybody had the Knicks making the playoffs. Or at least if they did, they'd have making no 4 seed.
I can't give it to Monty because, so like you said, the Suns, they played well last year. And plus, Chris Paul is on that team. And Chris Paul acts as that pseudo coach on the court. So I'll give you that. But Tom Thibodeau has got the league's franchise jewel in the Knicks into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Although the Knicks stink and although they had missed the playoffs, they still were in one of the top 2 teams for its merchandising for the league. And now that team's in the playoffs, the league is like, we got to give it to Tom Thibodeau for that. Give it time.
NBA Defensive Player of the Year. I would give it to Rudy Gobert. It's not even close. Look, this is what happens on a live when we're recording here. Wifey's going, hello. Oh, then she hangs up. Hold on. Hello. I just text you.
You better call it back. You better text right away.
Okay. If as long as the Big Bacon Classic comes, as long as the Big Bacon Classic with all that, I'm fine.
Oh, you sound fat right now.
Yeah. Okay. Hey,
the Big Bacon Classic.
Say hello. Say hello. You're on. Shout out. All right then. Love you.
You talked about me always eating. Did you just say the Big Bacon Bacon Classic?
Look. For one, the only reason why I'm getting that is because I haven't eaten since doggone 2:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
and they stopped at Wendy's. Anywho, that was my lady.
Did you get it large?
My beautiful. Oh man, let me tell them. Oh man, nah, I ain't gonna worry about it. I ain't gonna be too fat like that. Anywho,
You better text it.
shout out to the lady, to the wifey, Lata. Thank you, Bubba. Love you.
But yeah, I think the defensive player of the year is overrated anyway.
So
I think
do
it's
I.
overrated. I think it's overrated. That and most improved are two awards that are just like, huh.
Yeah. I'm just
really
gonna
cares.
throw them out there. Jordan Clarkson should get most improved, or the only person. No. Jordan Clarkson should get sixth man of the year.
Okay, I give you that.
I can't think of nobody for most improved.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I just can't think of it. If y'all know,
Yeah, I
put it in
can't
the
think of anybody
comments and
most
let me
improved.
know.
Julius Randle. There you go. Most improved.
There you go. Julius Randle, most improved. Facts.
There you go.
NBA sixth man, we just said Jordan Clarkson. I'll give it to Jordan Clarkson for the sixth man of the year. NBA rookie. It's a tough one. I would like to give it to my man in Minnesota.
What?
Anthony Edwards. I would love to give it to Anthony Edwards. But LaMelo Ball, he lived up to the hype. I'll put it that way. He lived up to. But you know what? Matter of fact, you know what they should do with the NBA Rookie of the Year? They should do co-Rookie of the Year. They should do it just like it was with Grant Hill and Jason Kidd. LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards both should get Rookie of the Year because they both put on shows. They both.
It's not even close.
How do you
It's
figure?
not even close.
Did you watch? Did you even watch? Listen, I know you live in Charlotte and you watch LaMelo Ball because that team is local.
Yes.
You can watch every game. But Anthony Edwards put up. Anthony Edwards was averaging 22 points a game for the team. He put on a highlight show.
He did very well. He did very well.
I would for the simple fact.
Good for him.
Why? But you know why I would give him rookie. I would give them co-rookie of the year for the simple fact of this. If LaMelo Ball wouldn't have missed that stretch of games for being injured, then I would have hands down it wouldn't even have been close. But because he missed that stretch and Anthony Edwards was able to make up ground, I have to say co-rookie of the year. It's gonna be co-rookie of the year.
No. First of all, I hate that that's even a factor. Somebody getting injured. I hate that that's even a factor.
I know.
But here's the difference why it can't be and it's LaMelo without a shirt. One of those guys is the key reason why their team is in the playoffs. And the other one, or was in the playoffs.
Yeah, I agree.
Because when he went out, they were the fifth seed when he went out and got hurt.
Agree. Okay, I agree with you.
And it's just that simple.
I agree with you on that. Okay, we'll go with that. I won't do, but they're gonna give it co-rookie of the year. But I will say LaMelo. I would give it.
Well, it's LaMelo by a long shot.
MVP.
And let me tell you one more thing about LaMelo though. It seems like most sports journalists who votes on these things wanted him to fail, or didn't want him to succeed by the way he came into the league.
Yeah.
But now that he's here,
he's
actually proven himself, proven that his family was right about everything like that. As far as he's concerned, I just want him to win just for that alone.
Agree. All right. MVP. It's a tough one. I probably would say Jokic probably should get it because Jokic played or sustained it for the whole season, especially when Jamal Murray went out. He still carried the team. But then Steph Curry played lights out the last 4.5, 5 months, averaging 37, 38 points a game. But if I had to say, I'd give it to Joker. I would give it to the Joker. because the Joker was that guy when Jamal Murray was there, and then when Jamal Murray left, he still was that guy. So I would give it to the Joker.
People can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Pick Steph Curry to win MVP. The reason why I say that because they just get blinded by the lights in the show and not pay attention to everything that's going around them and the whole picture. Joker's been the most consistent player all year long. All year long. With Murray, without him, he's played more. He's played, if you want to use the game factor, he played in more games. I think he only missed 1 or 2 games.
I don't even think he missed 1 or 2. I think he played all 82 games.
So that's what I'm saying.
Or not 82, however many games they played this year.
Steph was out with injuries and resting and all this other stuff. Joker didn't do it. He showed up in, night out. The only thing different about Steph and the Joker is that Steph shoots threes and everybody loves the 3-ball.
Well, you know why else a lot of people would say Steph too is because Steph was doing it against 3 defenders a night.
Right.
Steph was the only. That's the only. I'm just playing devil's advocate. That's the only reason why they would lean towards Steph is Steph is the only person on that Warriors team that you had with Steph Curry. You literally have to start thinking about playing defense on him the day you wake up. The day you wake up, your mindset already has to be on how to guard this guy. You can't wait until you get to the arena. Which that's the
same thing can be said a bit about Joker because you don't know what he's going to give you. Because some nights each and every night he's the big man Westbrook in that he'll get you the assists, he'll get you the points, and he'll get you the rebounds. Just like the only thing that's different about Joker is that he's not a point guard. If he was a point guard putting up the type of numbers that he's putting up and doing things that he does on the court, more people are like, oh man, we should pay more attention to what's going on there.
Because Joker is playing in a small market in Denver.
Yeah, he's playing a small market, and he's not a flashy guy. He doesn't really talk. He's a foreigner, so his English isn't really that well. So he really doesn't interview. He doesn't interview that well in the interviews. Doesn't talk that much trash. And of course, you don't really hear nothing about him. But Joker's been the best player.
Right. I agree.
Joker. I agree. I've been high on the Joker.
Yeah, I agree. No, you haven't. Nah, I agree. Joker should get it. Before we get out of here, I gotta discuss this Kwame Brown situation. For y'all that don't know, Kwame Brown was the #1 overall pick in 2001 to the Washington Wizards. He was Michael Jordan's. I want to say Michael Jordan's first pick as the owner, if I'm not mistaken. Fresh out of high school, he was a bust. Point blank. Period. He has been. I don't even remember. At the beginning, he was the butt of all jokes, but people really forgot about Kwame Brown. To be honest with you, I've been going back and forth with my cousin Sid. Shout out to my cousin Sid down in Florida, who's been like, "Oh, well, he's speaking the truth. He's speaking the truth." Listen, everybody, when it comes to athletes, I'm gonna say that have been irrelevant for, I don't know, maybe about a decade and a half. Want to get clout. Everybody's about clout in this era. Point blank. Period. They want to get their name back. If y'all haven't watched, shout out to All the Smoke podcast with Matt Barnes and Stack Jack. They had Gilbert Arenas on the episode, and they were asking Gilbert about his time in Washington, and Stack brought up, how was it with Kwame. Me personally, I didn't see anything that they said was wrong. They said, basically, Gilbert said, Jordan drafting him, when your idol drafters you, everybody knows how Jordan is, what type of person he is. Jordan expected so much on you, and you didn't live up to it. Gilbert said what he thinks is when he got there, he didn't have time to be bringing you along. We are in the same draft class. I get paid more than you. All right, let's go. Point blank. Gilbert even said that he should have got traded, or he should have had a new situation. Like we always say, it all depends on your situation, whether you're going to be good or not, or whatever. Then he goes and says, He could have been an AD type of player, but because he was so traumatized from I think how Jordan acted on him or was on him for being the draft pick, he just didn't and fizzled out. Kwame Brown just went on a rant and just
Well, hold on. You're missing one part of the thing which would make him mad at Stacks. Jenny Buss was on the episode too, and they brought up Kwame Brown and the Gasol trade. And Stack said that was only a one-man trade. So that right there, he kind of eliminated Kwame for the trade.
Well,
it's like that was really just a one-man trade.
Okay.
And
okay.
Jeannie tried to back it up. Jeannie was like, no, Kwame was part of that trade. And Stack continued with the, come on, really, y'all really was just trading for that. So that would really push it over the edge.
Right.
Now, I'll let you go because I got some stuff to say about Kwame Brown's family. So
okay. Okay. Well, let's keep it a buck though. Okay, it was a one man. Yeah, he got traded. Okay, he got traded, but it really was because Paul Gasol went over there and Paul Gasol got a ring. Kwame didn't do nothing after that. I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. Now, he has every right to defend himself and his name. Got it. But when you start snapping at Rachel Nichols, that didn't say anything about anything. When you snap on Stephen A. Smith, when Stephen A. Smith hasn't even brought you up in a decade, you know what I mean? Matt Barnes didn't say anything, and you snap on Matt Barnes. The thing is what makes me mad is you're snapping on all these people. I get it, you're defending yourself, but let's be honest. At the end of the day, what it did is it made you relevant again. That's all it did. It got you 30-something plus followers on Instagram. It got people to finally Google who is Kwame Brown. We live in the internet world. Nobody, to be honest, nobody cares, Kwame. Everybody just loves the drama. That's all it is at the end of the day. Nobody cares. They just want to hype the drama up.
Yeah.
Charlemagne was disrespectful. I will say that. I don't know if that was a true story that Charlemagne said about his family.
No. Those stories are true. Those stories are
true.
Okay,
now that's messed up. He should have never brought that whole situation up. Charlemagne shouldn't have brought
stories, that. I had to look those up. The 3 stories: his dad hatching the lady, his two brothers killing their wives or girlfriends. Those stories are true.
So Kwame's a little bit.
Yeah, he ain't a little. That whole family, sisters, cousins, all of them.
Yeah,
they all.
That's that deep south.
Down there in Monksburg, South Carolina, which is not too far from Charlotte.
That's
Monks
that
Corner.
Deep south.
Yeah, that's that deep south, right outside of Orangeburg. Like, woo.
Okay.
Hey,
see now
they are the crazy nuts in the town.
Right.
Monks Corner is smaller than Elizabeth City for those who don't know. So.
Wow.
So yeah, they are the nuts in that town.
Well, now Charlemagne shouldn't have said that. Charlemagne shouldn't have brought.
No. I know why he said it. He's like, hey, you gotta leave people alone. And what you do have to leave people alone because you never. When somebody doesn't have anything to lose, Kwame has nothing to lose at none of this. He can just take shots at all these different people, and if people say something back to him, they have more to lose than when he loses. When he has to lose. See, that's all Charlemagne was basically saying.
Yeah, that's why everybody got quiet too.
Yeah, that's why everybody got quiet. But the funny thing about it is Jamel Hill, she put a post like, dang, let me make sure that I get anything bad about him. He took a shot at her. I just find it funny.
Yeah.
I find the whole thing funny.
So do I.
Ain't nobody, people been talking about Kwame. First of all, ain't nobody been talking about Kwame in some years. And then when people were talking about him, he won't say nothing bad. Nothing bad. He ain't have all this hype. Now all of a sudden he got all this sense of boldness. Now he wants to come back and say something now.
Hey. Right. Like I said, I get it. Defending yourself, but why you wait? Why you wait now? People have been talking about you being a buzz for the longest. Like, and I get it. Your story is different.
It's not different.
No, what I mean as it, yeah. And see, this is what I was telling my cousin too. My cousin was like, "Well, he was 18 when he came into the league." Okay, what is your point about him coming into the league at 18? What does that have to do with anything? And then he was like, "Your mom my aunt was built different. They built us different, and we can handle it. Yeah, I get that. But when he left Washington, he could have changed everything. He could have changed it. I get your confidence got shot, and someone on Facebook said that he was like, "Well, his confidence got shot." Okay, your confidence got
No.
shot. It's called self-esteem. Build your confidence back. Marcus Fultz lost confidence. Oh, it was just his jump shot. No, he was the number one overall pick, and everybody was talking about him being a bust. Everybody was talking about Markel Fultz this, Markel Fultz that. But what did he do? He gets traded, goes to Orlando. Yeah, he might not be the talk of the town no more, but they're not talking about him being a bust no more. Why? Because he got his confidence.
There's been players in any sport that you can imagine
Right.
that's been turned a label bust. Mm-hmm. And the numbers don't lie.
Right.
He did not. And what labels you a bust is it's not that making the league.
Uh-huh. We had a little mistrial real quick. We'll be right back. Hold on. Okay.
So yeah, everybody's been a bust in different sports no matter what. But what makes you a bust isn't your hype level coming in, it's what your potential is. And you're not meeting that potential. You said you brought up Fultz. Fultz's potential was so high, and when he didn't elevate to that potential, or he wasn't going towards that potential, yeah, people were trying to talk about what did he do though? He didn't wallop in the ball or didn't lose confidence. He's like, okay, what's broken about my game, and how can I fix my game? He became an athlete. He became a professional athlete, and that's what Kwame didn't do. That's what a lot of these players, not even first round, not even number one all picks. It's just first, they come in the league and be like, you can do this, your potential is this way, and then you don't really live up to it.
Right.
So one thing, and I'm going to say this, and just hear me out. I know their situations are a little different. Zion can almost be considered, if he doesn't get healthy, he doesn't work on his, they don't figure out something about his body down in New Orleans, he is going to be a bust because he's going to be too injury prone to meet the potential where he came out of college with. Right. So he's going to be he's going to be that same player who has so much potential, championships, MVPs, and things like that, but his body's going to fail him. So he's going to end up being considered a bust because he didn't match up to the potential. Being a bust isn't the biggest thing ever in the world anyway. Especially if you didn't manage, especially if you manage your money well, which I don't think Kwame manages money well. So hey,
well, that's what I said too, and we'll wrap it up with that. I said the same thing. I think he didn't manage his money well, and he was able to get the clout that he wanted. Like I said, his followers jumped to almost over 30,000. People are actually looking up who Kwame Brown is now.
But it's not gonna last. Though.
It's not, and that's what I was telling my cousin. This is cool for 2 weeks. Matt Barnes said what
it's cool for this week.
Yeah, Matt Barnes said what he had to
say.
It's
just cool for this week. Next week, the playoffs start. Nobody's gonna be talking about Kwame Brown. We're gonna be talking about the playoffs.
Yeah.
Nobody's cared about him. That Up and Smoke was shooting another. Up and Smoke was shooting another episode.
They already shot up.
Or All the Smoke, whatever.
Yeah, they already shot it.
So they're gonna put another episode. Stephen A's gonna move to something. Jamel's gonna move on to something. All these sports, they're gonna move on to somebody else, and he's gonna be left going on rants and trying to talk about something he's big and bad. I want him. Hey, Kwame Brown. Hey, show up. Hey, look, you are trash. You're a bum. Hey, blow this up before people can hear this. Say something back. We will respond to you. Matter of fact, you're not doing nothing with your life. You can come on the show. And speaking of come on the show, buy merch.
Yo, make sure y'all get the TBD podcast shirts. They're out. Hit us up. IG TBD _free Gilly. IG Dreams in Motion ENT. You can also hit us up on Facebook. TBD Podcast on Facebook. yeah, hit the merch, man. We're gonna have more things coming. We're gonna have hats coming soon. You know what I mean? We're doing
New
good.
design coming.
New design coming. You know what I mean? Different segments gonna be coming. Hopefully my guy is gonna get back onto his overtime soon. Fast break.
Hey,
Fast break
let's
is
not
coming
talk about
soon.
overtime. We're talking about fast break.
Fast break is coming soon. Segment fast breaks coming soon too. But quick shout outs real quick. Shout out to my battle Lauren out in Tennessee. She got her catering business. We can't get it here, but if you live in the state of Tennessee, you definitely can hit her up. It's called Mama Tay's. You can get it on Grubhub, I think it is, or not Grubhub. What's the other fast food thing that you uh
DoorDash.
DoorDash. You can get it on DoorDash. So if
Uber Eats.
So if you could get if you live in Tennessee, mamatays.com. Her slogan is "Let me feed your soul, not just your hunger." So shout out to her for doing big things. I don't think anything else.
And for y'all big balls watching, what does this flyer out?
That too. You can fly her out. She caters.
Throw the bag at her.
She's nice with it. Shout out anybody and everybody that's moving in a positive direction. That got good energy going on with them. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I ain't got nothing else. You got anything?
Shout out for the people who go. Never mind. I'll leave it alone.
Leave it alone.
No, I'm not gonna leave it alone.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna leave it alone. Shout out for the people who keep their word.
Fact. No, that's real.
That's all I got.
That's real. Shout out for people that keep their word. We ain't gonna mention what we're talking about, but trust me, when they see this, they know what we're talking about. Shout out to everybody that keeps their word. Other than that,
shout out to Kobe.
Yo, we out. Check us out next week, all right? Peace.